Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now we've got to see if Magnus is going to beat me in here. All right. Yo, what's up, Magnus? I was seeing this time I didn't start with the how's your day been? It's been good. Just work and went for a long walk, and now I'm here, and I think today I'm just gonna practice drawing like cartoon and anime style, cause whatever. How about you? I also purposely started today on this screen instead of the starting now, so you couldn't beat me. Hey, Maris. We're drawing anime today, and I think I'm going to draw a bunch of frogs, or at least a couple of frogs, and then maybe something else. But, like always, oh man. Well, I can't keep getting beat by you, Magnus. It's unprofessional. But like always, with every drawing, even anime, even cartooning, you can always start with all the simple shapes first, and refine and refine and refine, and then hopefully, eventually, you can start adding detail that looks solid. But you know what? Sometimes it all just sucks anyways, so that's fine. What's up, user 420? A lot of times when I'm drawing or like practicing anime, I fall into that classic scheme where I always just want to draw Studio Ghibli stuff. It's just, all this stuff is just the best. So I'm drawing a couple of frogs from him just to see if we can get, from reference, if we can get his like style down, or at least start learning something from his style. It was my aunt's birthday today and had some cake, but other than that, my day was the same as yesterday. Nice. What games are you playing recently? We talked about it like barely yesterday, but I know you're looking for a new job. Yeah. These are all just warm-ups, so I'll probably be pretty quiet this whole time. Hey everybody, we're drawing frogs today. Just getting warmed up. Had a pretty quiet day, pretty tired day, just got back from a long walk. We're chilling, we're drawing some Studio Ghibli shit, and we're gonna have a good time, no matter what. Mike Riggs! Mike Riggs, how are you doing tonight? Anyway, any update on the Lola Vice? Dude, we can do the Lola Vice drawing today. Magnus, I used to play a lot of Marvel Rivals and Roblox, but my internet has been horrible. Oh, that sucks. Offline Minecraft is a total vibe, though. I actually haven't had my Minecraft addiction resurface, which usually by this time in the year it does. So that's kind of an interesting, like, kind of waiting for that to happen. I don't want to install it and like rush it, you know. I want to get into it and then be fully addicted for whatever the 2 weeks that I always play it. We'll give him some little forehead markings just to keep things cute. Hey everybody, we're drawing frogs. It's also crazy like when I'm doing lessons, when I'm drawing and talking through everything, it feels like everybody glides past those ones. But when I'm just quietly drawing frogs, people love it. They eat it up. Oh, like candy, like little candies. You've been building a sick castle with placement blocks until I have a full idea what I want. Yeah, that's sick. Progress is stalled. But you know what? The hunt for a really good build is like my favorite way to play. Like I'm fine doing like all of the Ender Dragon stuff and messing around and getting all the best gear and whatever. But honestly, the second I finish like a badass build, I'm good. I'm done. Like I'm pretty much, I kind of just race to build something awesome and then quit, which is really funny actually because I miss out on so much of the game. But also at the same time, it's like once you've played it enough, it's like what more am I gaining by just like bum rushing netherite and all of that stuff as fast as possible? It's like I'd much rather just like chit chat with friends and build an awesome base that's way too big and then fill it with chests that are never gonna actually see any items. And then like that's it. It's so much more fun. Hey everybody. Oh, thanks for liking the live. We're drawing little samurai frogs. And then also I got a request for a WWE superstar, so we're gonna draw her as well. Lola Vice from Mike Riggs. This guy's eyes are crazy. I might soften them up a little bit. Add a little shading too to the side, give him some depth. Maybe he's got a little bit of neck curl action. Oh yeah. Maybe he has a crazy little tattoo as well. Oh yeah. What a hunk. I'm gonna get his body closer to that maybe. And then we can just throw in little triangle hands and arms. Oh, frog hands are crazy. Okay. Because they're all just webbing, right? How many fingers does a frog usually have? Is it 3 or is it 4? 4 seems right. Let's rip a 4 burger and see what happens. I think 4. I think so too, Magnus. Maybe I should try booting up Minecraft. Now you've got me thinking about it, Magnus. Like I've been looking for like a fun game to play, just to like waste time, and it might be Minecraft time, bro. Did you guys watch the racing event on Twitch? The like Formula 4 race? I think it was like in France. Minecraft stream? Ooh. But then, you know what I always think about? Every time that I think, like, because I've had this thought of doing a Minecraft stream, I think of that one clip of the guy who's like just starting out trying to be a YouTuber or streaming or whatever. And he's like, He's like a 16-year-old kid or whatever, and he sees this village, and he is immediately like, "Oh my god, a village! What?" And then he has a second to like realize what he just said, and he's like, "Dude, I don't think I can do this, man. I don't give a fuck about this village." It's like, I don't know if I have it in me to be a Minecraft streamer. I guess I could figure out a way to do it in my tone of voice, but I don't know, man. That's like, that's a scary reality. Especially if it goes poorly. Oh, you live in Indiana? Would be perfect for you, your car guy. That would be sweet. Dude, I think I actually went to. I'm pretty sure I went to an Indy 500 race when I was growing up. How should we draw this guy's legs? What are we thinking? Should they be. I feel like I already kind of screwed myself with having his hands in front. Maybe we do. Because in the original drawing, I have his legs just like spread out in splits from the Studio Ghibli movie. Maybe we just continue with that. Less thought. We're just warming up anyways. And then we have to tackle Mike Riggs, Lola Vice. Hey, check that out. You see how I did the simple shape first, and then I'm gonna go in and finish the actual detail? Kind of interesting that I'm putting in all of the work that I've been trying to teach. Kind of interesting how all of that works. Okay, we'll throw in a little toe there and some webbing. Oh yeah, baby. Whoa. Hold on to your pants, Magnus. We're getting feet right now. And then we'll draw all of his little webbings. Nice. Hell yeah. I mean, if you did map art in Minecraft, maybe that'd be a cool streaming idea. Map art in Minecraft. That would be cool. That's interesting. I haven't done like pixel art or anything. Will I accept you as my student? Duh. Dude, hop in. I teach a whole bunch of bullshit. Some of it is actually pretty solid. I've watched some of the videos back and I've thought, you know what? That actually makes a lot of sense. For the first time, I agree with myself. So it's definitely there. I've got a couple of solid TikTok videos. And then for the most part, it's all like lives on YouTube and here, where I just go through and I draw animals. Like I draw deer and bears and owls and all of that stuff, and I talk about setting up your drawings and structure and all of like the really fun, boring parts of drawing. Because if you're going into it, if you're ever drawing, this goes for anyone listening right now, if you're ever drawing and the drawing constantly fails, there's a pretty simple fix for that. And that's all of the structure that you're never putting into your drawings. That's why like when people are drawing faces and they start with all those big circles and all the guidelines and all of that stuff, like that's structure. And the second you start really taking that part of drawing seriously, dude, your drawings actually become very solid, very fast. But nobody likes to talk about that part because it is like kind of grueling and annoying, and it takes a long time to get good at. Instead of, I don't know, when, especially me, when I was learning to draw and all of these things, I had a little bit of talent, so then when I had to really spend time drawing, it's like, what the hell am I even doing? Like, why am I sitting here struggling when, you know, just the other day I drew something that was pretty solid? Like, dude, you have no idea. Maybe I let the freak out? Dude, let the freak out, Magnus. I never knew how badly I didn't know shapes until I really tried hammering down. Yeah, exactly. It's crazy. Gang, yes. Yes. Yes, actually, now that I think about it, I am gang. Never thought about it like that. Yeah, I am on that gang shit. Magnus, you're on that gang shit, aren't you? This guy's actually, you know what? I'm pretty proud of this drawing so far. Now what we're going to do is we're going to darken up all of the outlines. And as we're darkening up, is me saying gang the worst shit ever. Now that we're finishing this up, it leaves us space to draw Lola Vice for Mike Riggs. One thing, Mike, every time that you're in here and you ask for something, do you pretty quickly leave afterwards? Because sometimes I'll like, no, I'm a law-abiding citizen. Yeah, right. Because Mike, every once in a while, you'll request something, and then I'm drawing and I'm finishing my main piece, and then I get to your drawing, and then as I'm doing that drawing, you're just gone. So like, what's the deal? Ooh, actually, fun little lesson here as we're on the clothing part of this. Mike is already gone, bro. Hey, isn't that nuts? He comes in asking for a WWE star, and then he leaves before I can ever draw. I wonder, actually, maybe he watches the VODs, and he just like silently waits for whatever drawing to happen. Or, and I bet this is probably closer to what the actual reason is, I bet if I don't start drawing it immediately, he's like, screw it. I don't want to watch this guy if he's not going to draw my request right now. Which, hey, that's fair, man. Fun little lesson for drawing clothing that some of you might be interested in. Sometimes it's really hard and annoying to understand where to draw wrinkles, as you see me adding right here and whatever. Basically, a good rule of thumb is anytime you're going to add wrinkles to a piece of clothing, you want to add wrinkles to the parts that are moving, like on your body or on the character or whatever. So think like elbows, shoulders, maybe the sides of the stomach, but really other than that, like the chest hardly ever gets wrinkles unless your character is like crossing their arms or like moving their. Can I be your student? Of course, absolutely, Wings of Fire. Once the character is moving their body, the shirt and the pants and everything will move with it. But if they're just standing still, like the front area of this shirt shouldn't be wrinkly unless it's like huge on the character. But why would you ever draw? I don't know. If you're drawing really baggy clothing, that's a different story, but if you're drawing clothes that fit, or like a costume or whatever, all of the wrinkles are going to be like around the arms where it connects to the body, armpits, shoulders sometimes. If the clothing is like draping over, you can see how I'm adding these like little pumps around. Like you can add wrinkles there, but other than that, like you don't really need to stress about all of the wrinkles and everything, because sometimes it ruins your drawing to add too many wrinkles. Just focus on where you want motion to be shown, and that's why this guy has the wrinkles that he does. Oh yeah. We'll define some of these wrinkles in his skin too. I'm going to darken up some of his eyes. Do you usually draw more with your shoulders or wrist? I try as much as possible to draw with my shoulder. You get way cleaner lines, like if you're going from the shoulder. But for cartoony stuff like this, when I'm doing the big ones, when I'm doing big lines, I use my shoulder, but then when I'm doing these little tiny things and I'm moving slowly, that's when I'll switch to wrist. But for the most part, the more you keep your shoulder engaged, the cleaner and smoother the lines are going to be. Pretty much always. Actually, you know what? Since Mike ditched, let's just ink this guy instead of moving on to the Lull of Ice, right? So now with inking, since I've done all of that detail, we can just play as much as we want to. That's what your tattoo mentor told you? Sick! Can you teach me how to draw animals? Of course, Wings of Fire. What other mediums have you worked with, and which ones do you find most enjoyable? I like, I grew up drawing basically only ink, like just pen and really dark, serious lines, and then random stuff, but then I challenged myself to draw with only charcoal for a little while, and that was like insanely fun because it was insanely hard. So I think I'd probably say like charcoal. I messed around with oil paints too before, and that's like fun, but I don't know, if we're talking about favorites, I guess I just haven't spent enough time in the oil paint scene to call it a favorite or a not favorite. In the arm, not the wrist for the most part. Oh, yes. Yeah, you get way cleaner lines. The more you draw with your shoulder, the more you get like your whole body into it, the better. 100%. I'll die by that. Kill me dead. That's how you draw. But like also as you're watching me do this, like all of these little tiny details are all my wrist. Because I've already done all of the really serious line work and like the shaping and all of the sort of structure. So now I'm just trusting my wrist to follow all of these lines and do all of like the little tiny details without really having to think about it. I usually only make sure I'm using my shoulders when I'm doing quick strokes and want the sketch to start more fluid. Yes, exactly, Magnus. Especially when you're doing like shapes and perspective drawings. Because like a lot of the times too, if you're drawing big long lines, it's really easy to, like if you want to draw a line across the page, like I'm always going to use my shoulder for that. But if I'm just drawing like an eyebrow or something right here, I'll use my wrist. Mike, you're back. We were just talking about how you ditched us. You asked us for a drawing and then you ditched. That's why I moved to inking this guy. Do you have any finished products that you're proud of? I do, Juicy. How do I show them? Let's see if I have any in here. This is basically just my big practice book. So I doubt I have any like serious ones. Oh, this one's pretty solid. That was this was one of the tutorials I did. Oh, thanks for the follow. I did this one on live, and we just talked about like structure and shading and everything like that. Quick Diet Coke sip for the troops. More practice, more bullshit. Here's a nice deer head. That's a cute little guy. Mike, we're gonna get to your drawing next, but you have to stick around. I did a bear for one of the tutorials for one of the live streams. I did a blue heron. That's pretty sick. Did a bunch of faces for stream. This bobcat turned out incredibly well. I'm pretty proud of this one. That was also a live tutorial. Coke clears Pepsi? Duh. Here's an owl. Like, fine. Whatever. I'm okay with that drawing. Just more and more bullshit. This wolf head turned out really cool. I really like the texture on his fur. I did a 5-point perspective drawing. This is what I see every time I draw. So that was a pretty fun finished product. Here's some more faces. This, Mike Riggs, I can't remember her name, but you requested this drawing. And I don't even know if you were there for it. You also requested this one. This was the other WWE superstar. I think her name starts with a V. I did a raccoon. I started playing with human bodies and faces and trying to figure stuff out. Lauren Marie Betts. Nice, Mike. This was just like a pre-drawing for a painting. Here's a bunch more of the sketches that I was doing. Oh, and now we get into a bunch of the quick tutorials I was doing. So I did like this whole bird series. That was really fun. Miss Elizabeth. Nice. Mike, you are so sharp. Oh, here we go, Mike. I can't remember who she is either. That was one of yours. Here is when I'm starting to like figure out how faces work. This was a big day for me because I've been trying to figure out faces for the longest time, as you can see by this huge page. Big crow drawing. This was for Stephanie Vacker, the new women's world champion. Mike, you're on. That was fun. Drew a bunch of cats. Oh, this little canoe guy. I like his big long hat. Donkey. That was a fun tutorial. A bunch of figure drawings. A bunch more faces, cartoon style. See, Magnus, this is the stuff, like, we're close with this type of cartooning, but at the same time, some of them just feel off. Like this whole page. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have in... Oh yeah, here we go. This is when I start practicing faces for real. Wings of Fire, thank you very much. Elephant drawings, this one banged off. More faces, eyes, eyebrows, lips. Seals. More faces in 6 different directions. This was a fun tutorial. I lost my mind a couple times on this one. But yeah, just been grinding constantly. I have some bigger pieces, but they're not in this book, and I really don't know how I'm going to show them because they're like huge. They're on the like the big 17 by 24 inch papers. So we'll just leave it at that. But I'm glad you're back, Mike, because now we can cruise through this guy. Which also I'm pretty amped on how he turned out. I was using a reference the whole time, like on my computer, but still, like, just chit-chatting and grinding through a drawing and having it turn out like this is a huge success. Especially like the past couple of days, I've been drawing just like randomly, and it feels like I'm constantly taking L's. Like a lot of my drawings, or a lot of like my practice or learnings or whatever, are getting just like, I don't know, they're just turning out so shitty. Like, to be completely honest, like I'll get like halfway through the drawing and I'm like, you know, I trust the process, blah blah blah, and I trust the process, and it's still, hey, it still looks like hot garbage. It's like a lot of the times it still looks like just absolute junk, and that's been a little bit demoralizing, to say the least. But having this guy turn out is pretty sweet. And you see how I'm adding in the little bits of like fabric folds only where there's motion or where body parts can move. You don't ever want to, sorry, one sec, focus time. You don't ever want to add wrinkles to something that's never going to wrinkle. You know what I mean? Like the front of your shirt, very rarely is that ever going to wrinkle on you because it's it's just like your chest. But your arms, man, your arms and your shoulders and everything. My pleasure, and watching you doing artwork is awesome. Sick! 2 apps does artwork, and trip down here will be an art show and I was selling. Whoa, sick! Mike, I never knew that you sold your artwork. That's so badass. What, if you don't mind me asking, what art show? I feel that lately too. My practice skins are making me want to cry. Oh, you practice tattooing too? That's sick. Um, did you pick up drawing and just picking it up as a hobby, or does it run in the family? Like a little bit of both. My brother's really fantastic at drawing. He worked at it a ton too. I don't know. As a kid, I just really liked to do it, and so I kind of stuck with it. I stopped drawing for a really long time, and then in like college-ish, I started picking it back up, and then just recently started taking it really seriously and like really trying to learn and buying books and all of the fun parts. And also teaching. I think like as much as I teach, this is just an excuse for me to learn as well, and then I just like pretend that I'm teaching at the same time. SVS East in Lakewood, California. Oh, sick. That's so cool. I'm pretty close to Lakewood, actually. Maybe like a 40-minute drive. I wish drawing ran in my family, you know, it's amazing. It would be, yeah, definitely. Well, and too, I never even got to learn from my brother. It was just like, he was pretty good, so I don't know. I bet that probably spurred a lot of inspiration of like, well, I should try, if he's really good at it, I should try doing it, but you're an apprentice? Sick. Dude, you have to. Isn't like the apprentice world like horrible? Like, don't tattoo artists take themselves like super seriously and want their apprentices to just like do all of the shittiest jobs forever, and then hopefully they can make it one day? Or am I off base there? I could have sworn that I've seen a couple of horror stories. Lola Vice. Alright, we're moving on to the Lola Vice drawing. My other comment earlier show up for you. Why your cartoons might look a bit off. Oh, did you? Cinnamon Roll fan, I love your art. Thank you very much. We're hanging. We're drawing. We're about to draw a WWE superstar. How were your college days like? What was your experience like? I get bullied every day and I'm a glorified intern. See, that's what I'm saying. Oh, here we go, Magnus. I see it now. I think it's because you're on a cusp of full transitioning into the cartoon style, but then a more realistic element gets added to the cartoon faces. Oh, you might be cooking on that one. That is so, Magnus, you might be exactly right. That's the same reason why all these noses are kind of started shitting out. Is because there's like at the very last step, I try and add too much detail or too much realism, where I have to learn how to draw less. I think that's the biggest thing. Thanks, Cinnamon Roll. Oh my god. Yeah, we were actually just talking about Cinnamon Roll. My college days, they were sick, I guess. I don't know. I had fun. Art classes were fun and strange. You meet a lot of interesting characters, but I think all in all it was great. Okay, let's draw Lola Vice. Mike, this is gonna be hard. This is going to be a hard human to draw. Okay. But we're gonna give our damnedest. My mentor says it was toughened me up, but I've never witnessed a client be that mean, so I don't know. Yeah, see? Like, I think it's all bullshit. Fans assemble. Like, I think back in the day, tattooing was a different climate or culture. And so they got bullied. And now instead of changing anything or like being the better choice, they're just doing what the mentors that they hated do. And it's like, hey, all right, who gives a shit? Like none of this matters that much, bro. Let's see. Actually, wait. So we're drawing Lola Vice right now. I gotta check my notifications just in case. 100% is the industry doesn't need to be like that. Yeah, I agree. I feel like that's almost like all of. Why is there green here? Is this leaking? You bastard. I feel like every industry where there's just like a bunch of old grumpy people have that exact thing, and it's so ridiculous. Like nobody. First off, nobody cares that much anymore. Like that whole generation was find a job and stick with it forever, and they've never done anything else. And everyone's so obsessed with the idea that you have to be tough and whatever, and it's like, dude, relax. I'm drawing dragons on teenagers. Oh, great, I have to do another mom tattoo. Oh, you want a cross on your bicep? Dude, totally. My college's years at California State University Long Beach was fun, but some classes were hard. The classmates were awesome, and going to the games for free was awesome, and I remember playing one game during senior night, and I was named MVP. Dude, that's so badass, Mike. That's so cool. I'm also not far from Long Beach. Wait, are you talking basketball? You were named MVP for basketball, or am I reading that wrong? No, you didn't say the sport. Games for free. What sport did you play, Mike Riggs? Yeah, right? Oh, that's actually a fantastic point. AI imagery now is like sweeping tattoos. Like, I feel basketball. That's what I thought. I had a feeling. You give me a basketball vibes. Or you just told me that you played basketball a long time ago. Like I feel like the entire tattoo industry has changed to now everyone just brings their AI art and they force all of the artists to make whatever that is. And that sounds awful. Like you just have no creative say anymore because AI is always going to have exactly what they want. Okay, let's hope we get this Lola Vice drawing solid. I'm really worried, Mike Riggs. I'm thinking nose is probably going to end up right there. Right? And then mouth probably right there. Oh, proportions are looking good, Mike Riggs. Dude, this AI slop is actually getting out of hand. Yeah, especially the new video. Like having... Nathan, anytime I see Lola on television or on YouTube, she's doing her absolute best inside the square circle. I bet she is. And she's gotta be if she's on, what's it, oh shoot, what's the name? Not Mainline, not, Primetime. Total brain fart there. If she wasn't doing her best, I don't think I would be comfortable drawing her. I feel like I only want to draw the top wrestlers in the world, you know what I mean? Okay, I'm taking some notes from all of our lessons at the noses the other day. We're gonna start like this and slowly but surely feel our way out. Nice. Okay, steady. Relax, Magnus. We're just going to keep things light. Oh my god, I'm so nervous. But honestly, that nose is kind of popping off. I don't think you guys can see it super well. NXT. Thank you, Mike Riggs. Okay. I'm in on that nose. That looks like Lola Vice's nose. To me, yeah, that's Lola Vice. Maybe not to all of you, but to me, that's Lola. I went to high school with Lola Vice. Yep, I went to high school with all the WWE superstars. It's my claim to fame. The nose is really good, thank you very much. Also, Mike Riggs, don't worry, I didn't actually go to high school with all the WWE superstars. I was just lying for clout. Okay, we're gonna rip these lips. And we're gonna add like a little bit of a gray wash to all of them, or to like everything, because then when we add in the actual darker values, it'll make more sense. Let's plump up this top lip a little bit. She had some filler done. Hey, I know filler when I see it. And Lola Vice, you are guilty as charged. So we'll add some there. We'll make that a little bit more defined. And then she's got teeth. You know what? Common misconception, most people have teeth. So we'll throw our 2 teeth in there. Anything happening on TikTok? Not really. I wonder if you guys can even see. You must be able to see the face. Whatever. Not my problem. I'm just the guy drawing. Cancel Nathan the Clout Chaser. No, 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 no. I just watched a video of an AI video. Looked really real, and people in the comments were supporting, think it was real. That's the scariest thing. That is like actually the amount of Facebook content that like is so clearly AI, but everyone in the comments is like, oh my god, I can't believe that. It's like, we're done, we're cooked. We're never, especially like, we're still early stages of what AI videos are going to be. And if we're already getting fooled, like, dude, it's over. Like, I feel like I have a pretty good grip on, like, seeing AI and knowing it's AI. But give it 2-3 years, it's over. Yeah, he's getting so real, it's low-key scary. Weapon! What's up, Weapon? It's gone a long way. And quickly. Like, it didn't take long for it to be so, like, intensely good. And they're getting, like, so much money and funding that it's just going to continue becoming a lot better constantly. That sort of looks like her eye. I think we're going to run with it because I can be a perfectionist about this, and I don't want to. That's the thing. Okay, we'll add a little bit of extra underneath. Fun tip for anyone that's drawing human faces. Eyelids are 3D. It's something everyone always forgets, but eyelids stick out from the eye, so there's like a little bit of a ridge, and then the eyelashes come out of that ridge instead of the eyeball. So sometimes if you're ever drawing things and it looks really, really strange, it's probably because you're drawing your eyelashes coming out of the eyeball, and that's just not realistic. It's just not how things work anymore. So really have to look closely at a bunch of the newer ones. Yeah, it's crazy. Have you guys seen the AI baby fruits video ASMR? Cinnamon roll, that is the most insane sentence. Have we seen the new AI baby fruits videos ASMR? Sad face. It's so funny. No, I've seen Shaggy and Scooby driving. You guys are ridiculous. Okay, let's get to eyebrows. It's at the bottom. Oh, so you can't actually see it? Let's move this up then. What about that? Huh? But you can't even see my face anymore. That's the new sad reality. I'll throw that there. How about that, Cole? Are you even still here? Probably not. Okay. Wait just a damn second. The eyes are too far apart. We have to erase and we have to reset. Oh my god. That one's actually, this one's fine. That is perfectly okay. This one needs to roll in a little bit. And you know what? It's got more of an upright. And then a swoop here. That looks a little bit better. Let's rock with that for now. And then she's got some crazy mascara. Oh, I just learned about birthday curls. I don't know if anyone else knows what birthday curls are. That was an incredible lesson for me. A couple of stank hoes had their birthday curls out. And I can say that because I know what birthday curls are. Oh. I bet Lola Vice never has birthday curls, right, Mike Riggs? Okay, let's fix that eyelid, huh? We're getting there. Cinnamon Roll fan, without question, she's one of my favorite female superstars. Yeah. They're gonna be a copy and paste tool for digital art. Oh, you wish there could be a copy and paste tool for original art? Yeah. That would be cool. But at the same time, maybe that would take away from, like, maybe the best part of the original art is that you can't copy and paste it. You know what I mean? You ever think about that, Cinnamon Roll fan? Maybe the fact that it's rare and fleeting is what makes it special to us. Mike, Lola Vice has a big forehead. Has anyone ever told you that? She's got bangs going that way. Very voluminous hair on Lola Vice. We'll erase this headline. Screw it. Make things look a little bit more realistic, eh? And then this side of the hair kind of swoops down just a little bit and then hits that part. Nice. A couple more curls. Maybe the neck It's about there and there. Again, just indicating where I think things are going to be so then we can finish later. She knows 3 different languages, which is, in my opinion, absolutely gorgeous indeed. That is really cool. Multiple languages is such a sweet flex. Things are looking up, Mike. You might have a finished drawing on your hands. I'm going to start erasing all of these leader lines, so then we have a better understanding of what she's going to look like. And then we can start shading in a little bit. Dude, now that I erased those lead lines, I'm not liking it anymore. I'm gonna thin out her jaw a little bit. Okay, that helped. Thinning in the jaw helped. The lips, ooh, I fucking hate them. I don't know how to fix them. I just have absolutely no idea how to fix the lips, Mike Riggs. We'll add some shadows around the nose. Maybe that'll help something. Maybe add a little bit of shadow around here. Darken up the eyes. Oh God. You know, sometimes adding too much detail, you just ruin it. But we're trying. This is awesome, Nathan. Thank you, bro. I'm glad you're liking it. This is looking amazing. Thank you very much. Bro added hair and all of a sudden the drawing looks so majestic. Thank you very much, Weapon. You guys are all very nice to me. Seeing this drawing on social media outlets, I believe she'll have tears of joy. That's awesome. You guys are really loving the volume on the hair. I'm glad. Because there's definitely parts of me right now that's really hating this drawing. I think it's the mouth. I think the eyes, yeah, like the eyes and the nose are solid for now. I think the mouth needs some serious work. The nose is fine. I'm pretty happy with the nose. Oh, see you later, Cinnamon Roll. Thanks for joining. Thanks for hanging out with us. It really means a lot. Have a good rest of your night or day, wherever you are. Sorry, I had to go silent. I had to go silent to fix some of that. Okay, and now we'll just add a little bit of cheek value. You know, it doesn't look... I can't tell. It kind of looks like her, but at the same time, part of me thinks that it doesn't. But I can't tell yet. Still working. She's wearing a little blinged out necklace. We're trying. Fuck, we're trying. At this point, I'm just throwing on a ton of detail, trying to make this look a little bit more realistic or a little bit better from what we had earlier. I think this might be as good as we're going to get it, boys. That's it. That's her. What's a day in the life for me? Hey, Art of J. I don't think you're still here. Let's see if I missed anything. A day in the life. I work. I think I might be both the eyes. I think so too, man. Awesome. Thank you very much, Mike Riggs. I think, you know what, honestly, I'm fine with that. I think, Magnus, I think you're right about the eyes. I think they're too tall, too stretched out the long way. But I think the chin, I saved the chin at the last second, which was super big. The hair looks phenomenal. The eyebrows are pretty solid. The mouth also, I think I need to practice having like a mouth open just a little bit. If I can get that look solid, I think this drawing would turn out a hell of a lot better. But for now, I think with my skill level, this is as good as we're gonna get for a Lola Vice drawing. But yeah, how long have we been live? 58 minutes. Oh, well then I have 2 minutes. I have 2 minutes to round out the hour, so let's just add a little bit of ink to this. Maybe we can fix some of this stuff with ink. Oh, but we might ruin it too. If my parents catch me up, I'm cooked. Ooh, weapon. Jesus Herrera. Is it Jesus or Jesus? Oh, I like your drawing. Thank you very much. We're slowly trying to fix this one because I kind of royally messed it up. But we will see. There's a chance I could save it. I don't think it's super possible. But have no fear. Sometimes the best art is the stuff that looks a little bit shitty. Ever think about that? Thanks for teaching me on the loon call. I'm glad. That video, people rage in the comments on that video. Because they initially they'll think that it's a helpful tutorial, and then they see the punchline at the end, and then they think it's a fake tutorial, and then they comment at me hating on it, and I'm like, dude, it's completely real. It just has a punchline. And I've had to explain that a couple of times, and I'm not catching, nobody's giving me any slack on that. So I'm glad you got some help from it. Magnus, those eyes, I think I might have fixed the eyes a little bit with the ink, but I'm not sure. And I'm gonna throw in the eyebrows too. You're gonna hit 2K subs soon. Woo! I hope so. That'd be really fun. I was also thinking about it too, like, dude, if I went back in time and I showed my 12-year-old self that we had almost like 2,000 subscribers on YouTube, he would lose his mind. Because at the time, like at that age, that was my dream job, of course. And then just like slowly but surely, I am drawing little art tutorials. At that time, I was gonna do like Minecraft and whatever. The eyes do look better, thank you very much. But yeah. Thanks for noticing, Weapon. Is I guess what I was trying to say with all of that. Oh yeah. We're cooking with grease with this ink. Yo, hello. We'll just frame up the face. I don't want to go too deep with the ink on the hair because I don't want to risk ruining some of this. So we're just going to rip some of these outlines. Add a little bit of flair. This, you know, from where we started, this drawing turned out so much better than where I thought it was going. And that is really cool. Bang. Dude, that's done. The ink really enhanced it. This drawing is amazing. Thank you very much. 2K subs Minecraft stream. Ooh. That's a good incentive. That could be very fun, Magnus. Alright, well. Yeah, this drawing turned out way better than what I thought it would. I'm going to throw in a little cheekbone indication with ink too. Dude, badass. Thanks for the recommendation, Mike Riggs. This drawing is sweet. This whole page is actually pretty solid. We did a frog and a little lady. Now stream is going to end. It is. I'm over it. I got Diet Cokes to drink. Alright. As always, thank you boys for chilling. Thank you for watching. It always means a lot to me. Draw Mewtwo and Rayquaza doing a showdown. Oh, that is a banging idea. Maybe I should start doing Pokemon shit. That could be fun. Have a good night. You guys too. See ya.